Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I'm going back to one of my favorite topics on relationships. And I really want to dive into, I love it, butterflies. I really want to dive into the fact that, why loving someone is not enough to save your relationship. And really want to dive into this amazing topic that I think is just so simple, but it's really profound to get our minds around in terms of when we're looking at what goes on in our relationships, why they end, why we can't seem to make it work. And this is a really key point and a pivotal belief to sort of come across and understand so that we can make traction in our relationships. And when we have understanding around what's really going on, that is where we can make changes and shifts. So really want to dive into this, and ultimately, I didn't know what I wanted to dive into with you guys today, so I was flicking through again my book with Date with Destiny. It was really reminding me of the power of relationship and polarization. So what Tony Robbins really says is that relationships don't end for a lack of love, they end for depolarization. And you guys have heard me talk into masculine and feminine energies, which ultimately creates the attraction and the polarization. It's so great. I hope you guys can see the butterflies that are all around me right now. It's a really beautiful day. It's going to be stinking hot. But yeah, all the butterflies are in action. I don't know why, but it's beautiful. So so really what that means is that we need to understand that, we need to have attraction in our relationships, because love just isn't enough. It's why, I'm sure many of you guys out there have had an experience where you have been in relationship with somebody who you love, but you've needed to leave that relationship. And so relationships don't end for a lack of love. They do end, what Tony Robbins would say is depolarization. What I would say to you guys is that there is a difference between being in love with somebody versus loving somebody. And that's what I really want to talk into with you guys. So my definition, and see how this works for you, but my definition of being in love with somebody is being able to see a compelling future with that person, coupled with what Tony Robbins is talking about, which is in terms of the depolarization. So I would say, attraction. So when you're in love with somebody, it's a combination of seeing a compelling future with this person, coupled with a real attraction and love. So that is, that in love feeling that we have. We have love for somebody, we see a compelling future with this person, and we have attraction with this person. Where we fall out of love with our partner or somebody in our lives is where we may still have that love for who that person is, but we no longer see a compelling future with that person, and we no longer feel that real attraction and chemistry with that person. And I'm a really big believer. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't believe that attraction lasts. They think that, it's all that honeymoon period in the beginning, and then it kind of fizzles out, and then you just kind of have this relationship with this person you love, but the attraction kind of fades. I do not believe that for a moment, and I hope that you guys out there listening to this don't believe that either. That is settling for mediocrity in our relationships. And ultimately, the big part of relationship date with destiny and what Tony Robbins teaches is being able to get an idea and see it in real life, how attraction can be re-sparked just like that. And it comes down to our ability to depolarize from one another in terms of our masculine and our feminine energies. And you guys have heard me speak about this topic before. If you haven't already heard me speak into masculine feminine energies, please drop me a comment below, and then I will know to link you up to a couple of past Facebook Lives that I've done, which have dove in quite a bit deeper into terms of what masculine and feminine energy is and how to sort of tap into either side. But I'll give you a really quick overview right now that masculine energy is like a train on the tracks. It knows what it wants, it goes after it. It's calm, it's strong, it's centered. Nothing shakes it off course. Whereas feminine energy is more free-flowing, attracted to love, and it's spontaneous, it's more creative and in flow, and going with the flow. It's if masculine energy is a train on the tracks, feminine energy is like an unpredictable storm. That's the kind of dynamic that's at play. And for each of us, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, we both have both of these masculine and feminine energies residing in us, and we need both to be able to be whole, rounded out individuals. But I'm talking about narrowing it down into our relationships and our intimate relationships. And in that, we need to have both somebody who is more predominantly masculine, or being able to tap into the masculine, versus somebody who's more so tapping into the feminine energy. And that, the more dispersed that can be, like the more masculine and the more feminine that can be, the more attraction there is. And so many of us get caught up in this concept of it's this look, the way a person looks is what attracts them to the other person. I really believe it comes down to the energy. That's what it's really about. So is this person, sorry, that cut out for a second. I hope it's going to stay okay. But if you're more masculine at your core, you're going to be really attracted to somebody who's really feminine and in their flow and in that energy. And if you're more feminine at your core, you're going to be really attracted to somebody who knows what they want. They're going after it. They are totally in that masculine energy. And that is what we need. We need to be able to create that in our relationship so that we can recreate attraction. And it doesn't have to fade when you get this stuff. And so a part of... Oh, I'm back on. Sorry guys, I hope I haven't lost a bunch of you. It looks like I've lost like half of you, but I really wanted to finish off this message for you guys, which is ultimately the topic is all about why loving someone is not enough to save your relationship. And like I mentioned, we have to know the vision. We have to see a compelling future. We have to see that we're aligned, moving in the direction of what matters to us, of what's meaningful to us, of what we want to create in our lives. That's that compelling future, coupled with, that attraction which comes from depolarization, which is the opposite. Oh, got you guys back. I've just tried to shift locations, but I better tie this off because I don't know what my internet is doing today for you guys. But ultimately, it is really making sure that you guys get it, that relationships don't end for a lack of love, but for a lack of depolarization. So we need to know how to tap into and recreate the attraction in our relationships. And we also need to have vision. We need to know that we're working towards something that is compelling, that really inspires us, and that we have alignment with our partner. Oh, all right, I'm going to tie this off. I want to check in with you guys before the internet cuts out again. So let me see. I've got Elliot and Moises and Ram and Helen and Anton and Stephen and Sam and Eric and Jeremy and Moises. Thank you. And Mercedes and Yvonne and Graham and Luke and Jody and Ali from Peru. Awesome. And Kirsten and Charlotte and Adam, thank you so much. And Daniel and Jeff and Chris. Talks is happening to me right now. I love that this is resonating with you, Chris. And Tanny, and loving that you saw the butterflies. They're so beautiful. They're just out here and it's gorgeous. And Carly and Jeff and Clinton and Brooke and Jamie and Jason and Ross and Jody. My ex was not in love with me, broke my heart, broke my family. We had feelings for him, but now don't love the videos. Okay. So I don't really know what you're saying there, but yeah, so definitely what I was talking about is being in love has those three components. So we have to have love for somebody, but we also, that love, real love, is having a willingness to put somebody ahead of yourself in different moments, willing to do things for them, and you love them to the depths, coupled with having a compelling future with that person, seeing into the future, and you're working towards something that really inspires you, and attraction. That is being in love. And when we lose those different components, we can still have love for that person. We love who they are, but ultimately, we lose that compelling future and we lose the attraction. That's when we fall out of love. And Tom's here, awesome, and Sep and Kassane and Lucy and Mandy and Steve and Jaywad and Jolanta and Gannon and Judy and Brenda and Alonia, and hello to you, Belinda, awesome to see you, and Jax. This might be true if you try to have a relationship without God. With God, love is how God ordained it. It is all that matters and is more than enough. Okay, so, that's I love that you're bringing that to the conversation, Jax. I absolutely appreciate that. I always appreciate you sharing your different perspectives. And what I would say is that that if you believe in God, I would say that God has given us this ability to create attraction. If He's the creator, He's given us this ability to create attraction with people in our lives, and create compelling futures. And really, my perception is that I don't necessarily have a religion. I didn't grow up with a religion. I say that my religion is love, and so I love that you're bringing that to the equation. And I would also say that God has given us the capabilities to utilize these kind of concepts in terms of attraction, in terms of creating a compelling future with one another. And so I love that you're bringing that, and hope that my comments there were helpful. And Elisa and Moises, thank you so much for your kind words there, and Lucy and Abdel and Caroline and Alexandra, beautiful nature and fantastic message. Thank you, Alexandra. Yeah, I'm watching all these beautiful butterflies, and it's so warm and nice here right now. And Denzel, thanks for being here. So guys, really that is my message. I hope that it has been helpful to you guys. I hope that it has got you thinking about your relationships. Your intimate relationships is really where we are today. And in terms of, nobody ever leaves a relationship where we have those three things going on. And another layer of that is when you guys have heard me speak into the 6 human needs. When our needs are being met in our relationship, our 6 human needs, if you guys haven't heard of that, Google it, Tony Robbins' 6 Human Needs. You'll get a good overview in one of his articles there. But if you really want to create an extraordinary quality of relationship that stands the test of time, you need to have those elements in place. You need to have a compelling vision. You need to have that attraction. You obviously need to have love for that person. And also, if you really want to make sure that that person never ever wants to leave you, then you need to make sure that you are absolutely meeting and exceeding their 6 human needs. And if you don't know what they are, I challenge you to go and look at that article, or if I can link you to one of my Facebook Lives that I've dove in a little deeper into what they are as well. Let me know if you want me to do that, and I will. And definitely hoping that this message hits you and it allows you to see that the honeymoon period can last a lifetime if you know what dynamics are at play and you're willing to go above and beyond and create a raving fan out of your partner and them do the same for you. So sending you guys all my love. I'm just gonna say hello to and Mike's just joined us, and Chris and Maggie. And loving that you're finding this a powerful message, Sam. Thank you for always showing up. I appreciate you. And I am sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful and brilliant. And I'm going to show you guys the little butterflies over in this bush here because they're too beautiful and I've got to witness them while I'm talking to you guys. And I hope your day is absolutely extraordinary. I'm going to turn the camera around. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Here's the butterflies. So beautiful. See you guys tomorrow.